If I knew, I'd be a millionaire.
The federal government releases reams of documents from the Kennedy assassination, including 70,000 documents from the CIA. It's new fuel in the fight to prove who killed JFK.
Good evening, I'm John McKay. Gloria is on leave. Every government agency was ordered to release almost every document relating to President Kennedy's assassination, and the deadline was today. For various reasons, 2/3 of the documents remain sealed, but the experts are going through what they have, seeking to prove or disprove the official version that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in the murder of our 35th president. Channel 8's Gary Reeves reports.
The experts lined up early in Washington to be first in line to search the new records for answers to how and why President Kennedy was killed. The questions were the same ones people raised the day it happened almost 30 years ago.
Gunshot apparently from behind us hit the president in the side of the temple.
Do you think the first gunshot came from behind you too?
I think it came from the same location. Apparently back up on the mall.
The controversy over where the bullets came from and how many people fired them began that day and continued through the movie JFK, which berated the government for keeping millions of assassination-related documents secret.
It was a day that changed our lives.
The movie generated so much pressure, Congress mandated that most federal records be released this month. So far, researchers have turned up papers that speculate on, but don't prove possible Soviet connections, a theory many assassination buffs have already dismissed.
I think that might have been misinformation, to be very honest with you. Most of the research community doesn't believe that the KGB, the Russians, pro-Castro-ites or pro-communists were involved in the assassination at all.
The site of the assassination continues to draw tourists. Even from Europe, they arrive full of suspicions.
Do you believe the government's version of how he died?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't believe it. That was a conspiracy, I think.
And many doubt that 800,000 new documents will yield anything new. If the facts do change, then they'll also change the exhibits at the museum commemorating the assassination.
I think among, say, serious researchers that we have talked to, they would be surprised if anything like a, quote, smoking gun emerged. But there should be a lot of useful information in there as well.
While the government released 800,000 documents, it withheld twice that many. Some will eventually be released once they clear an as-yet unappointed citizens committee. But even if the government releases every piece of paper, expect the controversy to continue. Because if it was a really good conspiracy, there'd be no paper trail to find, even 30 years after the fact. Gary Reeves, Channel 8 News.
The documents released in Washington today are public property and can be copied without charge. One shop in the Dallas West End expects to be selling copies of key materials in the next 2 weeks.
Bring back the memories, but what about the answers?
Some more eyes here, but I still think they would never find the true story what happened here. It's a cover-up someplace.